we're going to discuss what might be termed the differences of how each of you process any information or meditation that is presented here. So some people would get a lot of change from that meditation. Others might not get as much change. Now that doesn't mean that a lot of change didn't occur, a lot of experienced, understood change. What it may mean is that different folks, every different person has a different process of processing energy and information and karma and meditation. So that said, does the history of humanity want to keep a continuity of its process in place? Does the tribe, do Americans want America to remain America, the America of the past, the competitive, money-making, consumptive, materialistic, have what you want all the time in every color version, have your fast food experience? Does America want to hold on to that? We would suggest yes, and every nation would have their cultural norms or process or experiences or beliefs or values or reference points that they want to hold on to also. Well, we would suggest that all of those historical reference points are like a person holding on to a burning hot coal. We may be afraid to let it go. And as long as we choose to hold on to it, it's going to continue to burn us. We can collectively choose to let it go. America can choose to let go of the path and process of being the most financially powerful nation in the world, or they can at least transform that into a healthier form of financial prosperity that's not based in competition, devaluation of the individual, utilizing people as resources, trying to take the soul and spiritual process out of the organizational process and not ground spirit in every dimension of every organizational process. They can keep doing that, or they can change to bring in spirit, to bring in love, to bring in kindness, consciousness, and compassion, and a service intention in the world, rather than a profit or a competition dynamic, and valuing profit and competition and risk avoidance above a sustainable, survivable future for our children. So this is a prioritization process. This is a re-evaluation of our priorities as a species and as nations and as cultures and as families and as individuals. And it can be gone about consciously if we choose to. So if any one of us is more vulnerable for whatever reason to the tribal energies that are trying to hold on to the past, we might not hear some of the words that John is speaking in this time as clearly or process them as easily as someone who is less held on to or less influenced by those tribal energies and can say, oh, well, gosh, you're right. We can change. We have that capacity. We have the power to do so. We have the courage to do so. And all that's really necessary is that we choose to change. And then everything from that moment of choice onward is just the details, just working out the details. We already decided what we're going to do. All that's needed now is to make it happen and check the boxes, so to speak, and say, oh, if we're going to change to be less competitive, then that means dissolving our tendencies towards fear that drives competition. Well, that can be done. If we're going to choose to be more collaborative, then that means letting go of ego and competition and focusing on valuing collaboration and teamwork above competitive personal agenda or goals or recognition seeking or control or safety. So the choice is what matters. As long as we are willing to make the choice and commit to the choice, we can then achieve it together.